Once upon a time, there was a man who lived in a busy town. He had a good job, a nice house, and many friends. But he was not happy. He felt restless and dissatisfied with his life. He wanted to find peace and happiness in his mind. One day, he decided to leave everything behind and go to the forest to become a monk. He gave away his possessions, shaved his head, and wore a simple robe. He went to dense forest on the mountain, looking for a place to meditate. He found a cave in the mountain, where he settled down. He spent the next 25 years in solitude, practicing meditation and self-discipline. After spending so much time in solitude, he felt he had gained control over his mind and emotions. He never felt anger, lust, greed, or fear. He was calm and serene all the time. He believed that he had attained enlightenment. One day, he felt a certain urge to go back to the city and see how it had changed. He thought he could share his wisdom and compassion with the people here. He packed his few belongings and started his journey. He reached the city after several days of walking. He was amazed by the sight of the tall buildings, the crowded streets, and the noisy vehicles. He felt like a stranger in a foreign land. He walked along the pavement, trying to avoid the rush of people. As he was crossing the road, someone stepped on his foot by accident. That man's foot was heavy and crushed his toes. The pain was unbearable. The monk lost his temper and punched the man in the face. He shouted, "Are you blind? Can't you see where you are stepping?" The man was stunned and fell to the ground. He looked at the monk with fear and confusion. As soon as the monk realized what he had done, he was stunned. He thought, "What is this I have done? I have lived in solitude for 25 years. I have won over my mind. For the last 25 years, I have never been angry. But how did I become angry now?" He felt ashamed and guilty. He understood that he had been living in an illusion. He had not faced any real challenges or conflicts in solitude. His patience remained untestable. Rather than conquering his anger and other negative emotions, he had just suppressed it. And it is said that the monk fell at the feet of the man whom he had punched and said, "Please forgive me. You are my master. You have taught me a valuable lesson that by staying away from challenges, you cannot overcome them. If you want to overcome something, you have to live in those conditions where you face those challenges. I spent 25 years of my life in a place that did not trigger any feelings of anger, lust, or greed in me. I never experienced these emotions and thought that I had overcome them. Now, I will join the society and live with others because that is where I can challenge my mind." Then he bowed down and touched the feet of the man and left from there. If we see in our lives, who will find that true peace does not come from avoiding life's challenges, but by facing them and embracing life with all its ups and downs. Like in the story, the man lived in solitude for 25 years. But all these years he did not have to face any situation or challenge in which lust, anger or greed will arise in his mind. But as soon as he came among people, he came to know that there is still anger inside him. And if anger is still present here, then other negative emotions like lust, greed, jealousy, or attachment will also be present here. He came to understanding that isolation from the society has not resolved these emotions, but suppress them to truly overcome these emotions. He must live in situations where he might encounter them and then practice maintaining control over them. The monk story is a testament to the idea that controlling a mind does not require an escape from worldly life, but requires worldly life itself as its training ground. The challenges we face in our daily life helps us understand ourselves better. It is a common misconception that only those can achieve enlightenment who renounce the world. But this story shows that this belief might not be true. Enlightenment is not about escaping emotions, but about understanding, facing, and controlling them. Each day and every challenge we face is a chance to learn, practice, and maintain self-control. Therefore, always remember that inner peace and control over one's mind don't come from avoiding life's challenges, but by facing them with understanding, wisdom, and self-awareness. And in this journey, every day and every challenge is a step towards enlightenment.